But I think now you'll have to think about how much pressure the York can bring in the side lane for Breathe, how much he can kind of have that win condition going in the side lane for Weibo, where they also have so much fight starting ability. Equal terms in that way, or do you feel like the fights really go one-sided in that early skirmishing at level 6 for either? As Breathe unfortunately doesn't get the early message that he's getting ganked. Will try to stop Shun, but he uses the Eastall's impact to get through it. Now Breathe gonna save his flash till the last second, potentially going for it, still dies! Shun gets the kill at first blood for JDG. Deploy the bot lane to the top side for JDG.
The standard lane swap has come in here at 6 minutes as TN does claim the dragon.
I gotta ask you though, in terms of the meta we've seen as we see both bot lanes going to the top side, are you happy that, you know, lane swaps still exist in some form?
I think that there is. It's certainly better than it was before. I think that that's fair to say.
Oh my god.
TN,
a little bit of lane swap. Rooney with the jungles coming into mid lane. Pressing guard's going to be there, but he had already hit Tien, so Tien doesn't get knocked out. Flash play from Xiaohu, and Timbers helps get the kill to Tien.
Now kind of gets pushed out of this top lane here. Weibo going to have priority because of their bot lane. Light is actually going to be level 6 for this fight alongside Paze, but it's Tien who could be caught out.
He ends up flashing, still gets locked down, going back over to the red buff, but just trying to get over to Crisp. They're going to try to fight this one now. The red buff had been claimed. Installs impact onto Tien. He's getting locked down. Tries to get Paze. The wind becomes lightning, and lightning strikes twice. They got one. Tien's still alive. He finally gets locked down. The bailout comes through. He is still going to die. But in the end, it's a Weibo day of fortune as they take a couple kills. See a little bit of that there, though I will say, nice move from JDG to try to get this grub stack going. They at least got the one, so we won't get full grub control from Weibo, but at least 2 of them will go over.
Yeah, that's a huge play for JDG to not allow all 3 grubs to go over to Weibo. There's no way you can ever fight this with the gold that's gone on to both Xin Zhao and specifically the Annie with the boots completed here. You really can't afford to try and take an exchange, so you know, nice of them to at the very least get something out of it, but Crisp. Oh,
Crisp is way overextended. He's going to flash, but he still gets locked down by Duo, and they're going to take the engage counter from Tien as the bailout coming through, but it's not going to save him because they weren't able to get Paze in the end. They do get Shun. Tien is just running rampant through everybody. Xiaohu. He's going to get the spell shield from Paze, but they still get another kill onto Duo, and that kill goes to Light. Scout has shown up. He has Chains of Corruption, but it feels a little bit too late, just like Scout in this entire split.
Does look like they want to try and set up for this. Again, if Weibo really starts stacking these dragons, it becomes very, very difficult to push forward the flash.
Oh.
No one's there.
Going for a really cool play, but it didn't really matter. As Chains of Corruption comes down onto him, he's going to lose a chunk of his health. Paze is trying to move over. He's popped on the hunt. They go straight in on Xiaosu, who's trying to be this damage tank.
Oh, the Impale.
And now Tien gets locked in for the Impale, but the Crescent Guard buys so much time. They're going to have the bailout on him as well. He's going to get it popped. He does try to kill Shun in the end, but it's the trade of junglers as now 2 for 1 in favor of Weibo, and they're going to run down Scout, and they get him in the end over the Blast Cone. A double kill for Breathe. Xiaosu ends up killing Light on the back end of the play as everybody abandoned their ADCs. Masterclass Renata play here so far in game number 2. It's been feeling really good to watch from Weibo. Again, they have the sauce. I don't know what this Weibo team, doesn't matter what variation of the roster it is, even though we've seen this one for a little bit of time now.
They are in the area. Breathe will have his TP available in just a few seconds, so this definitely should be a fight. Watch for a potential death push. If they can get on Crisp, that's massive.
It's already down half health. Tuo is waiting in the bush. Scout is behind this all as Breathe is there. Rift Herald is the focus. Xiaosu is not going to make his entrance just yet.
Malignant's really giving her a ton of combat power over that Rella.
He just steps back up into the... Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, Xiaohu, you kind of walked into the devil's mouth right there. That's all I'm going to say. He saw them there, walked up, still died. They do still keep pressure on bot side, though, so they should get this tier 2. As Tien goes for the kill, and Xiaosu, they might have enough damage here as Breed tries to get in there with the flash. It's going to be traded immediately. And that will be the response as Scout takes that upper turret. He is going to get the TP on bot side, but he's alone. The rest of the team is trying to make their way over here, but Scout doesn't have the health bar for this. Those Duos coming over. They're going to lock down Tien. Tien's getting low. The bailout's going to be there. But look how much healing he gets from the Sundered Sky. They can't kill him. They can't get in range. Sun is going to sacrifice his life like a sacrificial lamb. And JDG get nothing from their deal with the devil. It's Weibo Gaming that come up aces in that fight. Synergy. And here in game 2, it's on full display. They're going to be using the Rift Herald play in mid lane for JDG at least. Going to get it denied again. As that's 2 games in a row that the Rift Herald literally gets nothing from JDG. And
JDG making a play potentially on the Xiaohu.
Oh, they might actually. He's going to get the flash though, but the App's got a duck hits as well. They get the decimating smash and a fadeaway boomerang. Ends up getting Scout the kill in the end. They do get the side lane play, and JDG gets something back.
Yeah, you had to be able to get gold somewhere, but again, this is the problem with York. You can't go down in gold against York, because he's just going to take free turrets on the top side, and now Otacon control is entirely in favor of Weibo.
A angle, if you have that kind of lead, you can just force it. And it doesn't even feel like there's going to be a response. They're going to get side lane turret for it. But they're going to move in here, trying to get something back from the fight, actually. But the Otacon's already gone, and now you've overextended yourself. Wind becomes lightning. Duo does not have any tankiness. He's going to pop the Unbreakable there, but Tien is just chunking him with the glaive. Be that hypercare we've all feared before. But right now, he's not at that position. And Weibo are, and they want to pounce. They go straight on the show. He misses everything, and he will just be cut apart like the scorpion he is. As Weibo looking for another play to go for it onto Paze. Paze instantly cleanses. That was a really nice Captain Jack, but he still loses 3/4 of his health and the outer tower in mid lane.
Paze has to Captain Jack, Spell Shield, and Ultimate just to stay alive even a little bit in this fight, and it's not even over. The siege continuing to go down onto the mid lane tower. There's no room for a lack of execution here, and JDG continuing to struggle. Weibo continuing the push.
A little bit of a bluff there from Xiaosu, who does get called by Weibo. They're going to try to get the back initiated by Paze, but they're losing the turret, and now Dragon is spawning in 40 seconds. They're going to take all of the camps here as they walk out of the jungle. And this doesn't even look close. Dragon's going to be started up by JDG. They're going to move away from it now, and Weibo going to move in front position of this fight.
Scout teleport onto the very back end of this fight. If Weibo pulled the trigger now, it could be doable, but they don't want to make any major mistake here. Maiden just taking up so much on the front of this line.
It's so crazy.
It's insane. Dragon down to 5K.
The flank. They don't see Duo. Duo flying the fight. He doesn't get the combo. Goes into the flash play, the pulverize, but the headbutt. It's not enough. And Dragon went the way of light. That is soul completed. And Weibo are trying to fight this one out. Look at Light go. He's flashing. He's dashing. He's looking for his angle, but it's JDG that take the team fight. They lose the soul, and they only get 2 kills off it. Maybe a third one, but now you're taking a sustained fight into Tien, who wants to get back a little bit of gold. Here comes
Light is here.
The back hit with the smite play. He's beautifully sniping the line, and Xiaoxu's gonna get taken. Oh, he misses the Q in the end, but he still gets the kill. Weibo find a way in the end to almost completely ace JDG 25 minutes in.
Chaotic. Nice effort from JDG, but the Baron now going down for Weibo. Not only do they have Ocean Soul, not only do they have Baron, they have control over the entire map. I think we're looking at a game end that could... Yeah, this is exactly why you pick it, for sure.
And this is also why you pick it. Duo's going to get caught on the back end of it. Now TP, or at least the flank coming in from Tien. He wants this angle. He wants to wait Wind to become lightning one more time. The flash play on the Shun. He tries to get the big impale play, but the hostile takeover hits again. Shun going low, going down. Now the Otacon is starting to explode all over everything. And Weibo, they want to finish this game strong. They have the Baron buff. They have all the strength in the world. And they're about to make a mark on this matinee series against JDG.
Weibo Gaming control every second of this series and prove that anyone who's doubting them as a real threat here in the LPL needs to reevaluate as they go into the kill shot.
Oh my God. Please give Chris the MVP, give him everything, pay him all the money, because this Renata was disgusting. It might not have 100% KP, but you just look back to that Dragon play and that perfectly timed hostile takeover as Duo goes in for the big play, the big redemption moment for JDG, and it did not matter. Weibo, they've borne their fangs. Xiaohu might start looking like a saber-tooth after all, and they're looking to finish this season strong against JDG as they start off their back-to-back series with a 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.